Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsey. Today I wanted to film a video about the best men's fragrances, or at least the best in my opinion, whether that be sexy date night or fresh every day. I just wanted to talk about some of my favorite more masculine scents. I do typically talk about women's fragrances or unisex scents, but today I want to do a video dedicated to more masculine scents for men. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Let's get into it. The first fragrance I'm going to talk about today is kind of a classic. It's been around for a while. That is Armani Code from Armani. I don't even have the cap on my bottle anymore. I've had this for like 4 years at least. This is my boyfriend's fragrance. I gifted this to him a while back. So we've been going through this. It's almost all the way through at the bottom. There's barely any left, so obviously this is a very loved fragrance by both of us. Armani Code was first released in 2004, so it's been around for a while. It came out in the early 2000s. That was quite the time. So I'm gonna test it out. I wanna like refresh my memory on this one. It's just like that classic, like sweet, almost ambery, fresh fragrance. It just has something like addicting to it, almost like a candy, like you want to keep eating, you want to keep smelling. I love this fragrance. It's sweet, it's a little bit spicy. Fragrantica considers this an amber spicy fragrance, which I could see, but there's definitely some freshness to this as well. So it's not too heavy, but if you want to kind of amp up like your everyday fresh scent, I would try this Armani Code. In the top you have some lemon and bergamot, so it's very fresh and zesty, and then it dries down to gaiac wood, leather, tonka bean, so it's very sweet, enveloping. A little bit of spiciness, but I think that's really like, you're mostly getting the tobacco, tonka bean, so that kind of heavy sweetness, but it's still fresh at the same time. This could be definitely a signature scent. I would more so wear it for like date night. If you're going out somewhere, this would be a great fragrance. If you want to impress your date and have them come a little bit closer to you, I would definitely recommend this. I could see women lusting after this, even though I know it's usually like for the younger guys. I remember smelling it in high school, but you know, honestly, into your 20s, your 30s, I could still see a guy wearing this. It's just, to me, it's a classic, and I think that I'll always love this scent. I'm just really drawn to it, so I really recommend that you try this one out, Armani Code. The next one is also a classic. This is definitely more classic than the last one. This is Creed Green Irish Tweed. So this has been around for a while as well. This is one of my favorite Creed fragrances. I know Aventus is like #1. That's what everybody goes for. Everybody knows that one. But for me, Green Irish Tweed all the way. I would choose this one over Aventus any day. This was launched in 1985, so you could definitely call this a classic fragrance. But to my nose, it's still a touch modernized. I could see a guy in his 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s and up wearing this scent. Maybe like late 20s, I could see it still. So this is iris, violet, you have ambergris and sandalwood, but then there's this note of lemon verbena, which I think is what really gets me, because it's just this like sharp, energizing note that really like wakens you up. Like that really adds to the scent. I think more so you get the lemon verbena, the violet, and the iris. So you kind of have like a little bit of fresh floral notes going around in with the lemon verbena. So it's energizing, but it's still like a heavy scent. This reminds me of when my boyfriend and I first started dating. He used to wear this out on our date nights, and he would just leave like a massive scent trail behind him. So if you want to be noticed but you don't want something too heavy, I would recommend Green Irish Tweed from Creed. This will definitely have the women turning heads for sure. This fragrance I'm going to talk about is from my favorite fragrance house. It's an Italian niche fragrance brand that I just absolutely adore. I haven't found one fragrance by them that I haven't enjoyed, and that is Mefisto from the one and only Xerjoff. So this is kind of an unsuspecting scent. You don't hear too much about this one, but it's actually one of my favorite, more masculine leaning scents. Now, it's not extremely masculine. It could be considered unisex, but to me, this smells great on a man. It's very fresh, woody. There's definitely a lot of depth to this scent. So on my list here, I think this is gonna be the signature scent. This is signature scent worthy. You could wear this anytime, any day. I think this would work in all seasons, whether it be hot or cold. This is just a very well-rounded fragrance. You have a lot of citruses in the top, Amalfi, lemon, grapefruit, bergamot. But then in the mid, you've got some florals going on, iris, lavender. So it kind of gives off that classic, fresh men's fragrance. But I wouldn't say that this is like a barbershop vibe, even though it does have that sharp citrus and the iris and lavender in there. The base, you have amber, cedar, sandalwood, and musk. So it's quite a well-rounded fragrance. It's a little bit floral, a little citrusy, and a little bit woody and musky at the same time. This is just a beautiful scent. If you enjoy your fresh citrusy and woody fragrances, and you're kind of sick of wearing all the designer scents that you can find at your local department stores, I would definitely try out Mefisto. This is gonna elevate your everyday scent. I highly recommend this to everyone. Okay, we're sticking with the fresh fragrance theme here. I want to talk about something a little bit different though, that isn't your typical fresh blue aquatic scent, and that is Sirenus from Liquid Imaginaires. Have the box here, just have a travel spray. My boyfriend has been testing this out for a little while now, and every time he wears it, he really enjoys it. I enjoy smelling it on him because it is very unique. It's not your typical fresh aquatic scent, although it does have an aquatic note in there. It actually has an addition of an animalic note. So if you're looking for something outside of the box, you want to try something very niche, very different, then I would recommend that you try this out. Get a sample online if you can, or pick up a travel size bottle. Let's refresh my memory on this one. Although this has an animalic note, I still think it's quite easy to wear, easy to pull off. It definitely has that like aquatic sea note to it. It's very smooth, it's not too harsh, it's not necessarily salty. You have bergamot, clary sage, cardamom, so it is a little bit fresh and citrusy in the top, but a touch of spice. In the mid is where you have that animalic note. It's called Jeanette, so on Fragrantica it's considered like an ambery, musky, animalic note. Interesting. And then you have flowers and sandalwood. They don't list which flowers are in there, so you get a touch of floral, which I definitely do smell. It's kind of like a soft, almost like peony, maybe a white floral in there. And in the base you have moss, amber, patchouli, vetiver, and musk. So it's quite a green fragrance. It's green, aquatic, a touch floral. I wouldn't say that this is sweet at all, so if you want something super fresh but something unique, I would recommend this scent because it has that touch of aquatic. There's a slight floral note in there, but it's not feminine whatsoever. To me, this smells great on a guy. It's very masculine. I would definitely recommend that you go out of your comfort zone and try Sirenus from Liquid Imaginaires. And now I want to bring out the star of the show. This is probably my #1 hands down men's fragrance right now. I just tried it out about a week ago. I've been testing it out, my boyfriend has been testing it out, and it's just incredible. It's so refined. If you really want to smell elevated, rich, wealthy, very niche, I would recommend Vibrato from Sospiro. Now this has kind of been like blowing up all over the internet lately. I've been seeing it on YouTube, I've been seeing it a little bit here and there on Instagram, but this has definitely gained a lot of popularity and for good reason. I first saw Demi Rawling talking about this fragrance and it really piqued my curiosity because I had never seen this brand before. I never tried it out. I've seen it here and there on Fragrantica and things like that, but never seen it in store, available anywhere. And I finally got my hands on a bottle to try it out for you guys. So this is a very fresh scent. I find that it's a little bit more masculine now. I can wear it. I have worn it for a few days in the last week or so, but I honestly feel like it really shines on a man. I don't know why. It's just a little bit more masculine. It smells incredible on my boyfriend. Like, if I could smell this on him every day, I think I would. It's just sexy, it's fresh, it's invigorating, it's just so refreshing. This isn't your typical fresh scent. There's so much more depth to it. It's very intriguing. It almost like makes you turn your head like, what is that? And it makes you want to ask that person. It's definitely a compliment getter for sure. This sticks to you all day long. Like, this will last 10 to 12 hours. You might even be smelling it into the next day if you sleep with this scent on. And other people will definitely smell you. This leaves a scent trail. So if you want something that's very well performing, I would recommend Vibrato because it is a fresh scent, but this is gonna stay with you all day long. You don't need to worry about reapplying. You don't have to worry at all with the performance of this scent. It's just incredible. It's really worth everything. It's a luxury experience. And the packaging, the performance, everything about this is just incredible. This is a star scent. As for some of the notes, you have bergamot, grapefruit, jasmine, and magnolia. So you have that sharp citrus, but then there's also a little bit of white floral going on in there. You have ginger, herbal notes. I really do get the ginger. It kind of mixes into the bergamot, makes it very sharp and citrusy. You have cedar, musk, patchouli, and amber to really round out the scent and really make it last. This would be an incredible like vacation scent. I don't know why, like this would remind me of vacationing in Italy. I'm actually getting ready to go to Italy this week, so definitely want to wear this while I'm there. This would be a fantastic vacation scent, but also just every day, honestly. It's very sexy, but it is very leveled out. It's not too much citrus, it's not too much woody, it's not too much floral. It's just the right balance of everything. So if you want a really well-rounded fragrance and you don't want to have to just go for a woody scent or just go for an aquatic scent, I would recommend Vibrato to you from Sospiro. The next fragrance I'm going to talk about is a little bit heavier. It's a little bit more spicy and woody, so if you want something with character, with depth, you really enjoy woody fragrances and a little bit of spice, I would recommend to you Tom Dow from Diptyque. So this is a predominantly sandalwood fragrance, so you've got to like the note of sandalwood. This is very heavy on that note, but it is more of a very creamy sandalwood. It's not too dry, it's not harsh at all. It's very soft, smooth, creamy, woody scent. And then you have some cypress in here, so it is a bit green as well. So this is very woody green. It almost feels like walking around in the forest, really smelling the wood, the leaves of the tree. It's just so unique at the same time. And then you have some spice from coriander in here. It's just very sexy. I don't know, it's very masculine to me. This is a very like dark, manly, masculine scent. So if you want something a little bit more bold, I would recommend Tom Dow to you. And this also has pretty good performance. I would say like 6 to 7 hours. You may have to top it off a little bit before you go out at night. But overall, this is a very sexy, very dark, woody, spicy fragrance. Tom Dow from Diptyque. The last fragrance today, I wanted to do something a little bit sweeter because I've done a lot of fresh, woody scents, but I want to do something sweet and spicy because I know some men do still like their sweet scents. I just have a little sample here. I don't have the full bottle, but this is Oajan from Parfum de Marly. The little sample here, this is what the bottle looks like. This This is a very sexy, heavy tobacco, spicy fragrance. So if you're looking for a great date night scent, something to make a statement, I would recommend this one to you. I actually enjoy wearing this as well, although I do find it even sexier on a man. It almost has this like dark apple pie spice to it, but then you have like almost a leathery, ambery tobacco note going on. It's very sexy, it's head turning, it's gonna get people's attention. This is also a fragrance that will last you into the next day. The performance is fantastic on this scent. It's also a very luxury experience with Parfum de Marly. The performance, the bottle, the longevity, everything with this fragrance is just fantastic. I know everyone tends to talk about latent exclusive. I have heard so much about that in the fragrance community, but in my opinion, Oajan is just different. It's kind of on its own. To me, this should be one of the more popular fragrances. Also, you hear a lot about Herod. It's kind of similar to Herod. I would say more spicy, a little bit thicker and darker at the same time. So you have cinnamon and honey in the top. You really smell that like thick, sweet honey with the cinnamon on top. You have benzoin, labdanum, so it's very resinous and thick. Tonka bean, patchouli, vanilla, so it is very sweet, but you get a lot of the sweetness, I would say, from the honey and the benzoin, giving it that thick resinous essence to it. It's very spicy too, but the spice is smoothed out. That cinnamon isn't too sharp in here, but it is very prominent in here. So you need to like your thick, spicy, sweet fragrances, but this is just absolutely stunning. I definitely want to get a full bottle of this fragrance, and I recommend you check it out as well. That is definitely my top date night fragrance out of this entire list. And those are some of my favorite, more masculine scents. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Have you tried any of these? Are there any men's fragrances or more masculine scents that you really enjoy? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you so much for supporting me today. I appreciate all of you, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!